Have you ever wanted to see the world from a different perspective? That's the motivation behind many people who purchase their first drone. You can see some amazing views, and you'll quickly become hooked. Before your first drone flight, however, you need to understand the rules. FAA regulations apply to anyone flying a drone for any purpose, even recreationally. Sometimes people don't realize this when they first pull their drone out of the box. I'm Greg Olson, owner of Innovative Drone Institute, and I'm happy to provide you with this step-by-step guide, which will help you prepare for your first flight, or, if you're already a drone pilot veteran, provide you with some much-needed information that will keep you flying safely, legally, and confidently. Welcome, new drone pilot. Flying a drone is an exciting experience, but before you take off, it's crucial to understand that drones aren't toys, they're aircraft. Like any aircraft, safety and compliance is essential. Whether you're flying for fun or prepping for a future career, this quick guide will help you take your first flight with confidence and care. Before you fly your drone, you must obtain an FAA Trust Certificate. The law requires that all drone flyers, whether flying recreationally or commercially, pass the Recreational UAS Safety Test, or Trust, before flying their drone. If asked by law enforcement or FAA personnel, they must provide proof of passage by presenting their completion certificate. What are the steps to earn a trust certificate? Let's find out. You can take the free online test through any of the FAA-approved test administrators. To find a trust test administrator, go to the website shown on this slide. After reviewing the free educational material, take the trust test. All test questions are correctable to 100%. After passing the test, download, save, and print your trust certificate. If your drone weighs more than 250 grams, that's 0.55 pounds, you must register it with the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, even if you're only going to fly your drone recreationally. To do that, visit the FAA Drone Zone at faadronezone.faa.gov. Pay a small fee, currently $5 per drone, and then label your drone with your registration number. Here's a tip. Recreational flyers should register under the exception for limited recreational operations, not Part 107, which is for commercial use. You must know the rules, even for fun flyers. Even if you're flying recreationally, you're still bound by FAA rules. And here are some of the essentials. Always fly below 400 feet. Keep your drone within visual line of sight. Never fly over people or moving vehicles. Stay away from airports or controlled airspace unless you have authorization. Fly during daylight or civil twilight hours. And no flying under the influence of drugs or within 8 hours of consuming any beverage containing alcohol. You need to know where you can and can't fly. In the United States, drone pilots are prohibited from flying in the following areas: in controlled airspace, Class B, C, D, and E surface, without prior authorization through LAANC, in national parks and near national monuments, in any location where a temporary flight restriction, or TFR, has been issued, over or near military bases or facilities, around or near critical infrastructure, such as power plants, dams, telecommunication towers, or oil refineries. Around or near schools, prisons, or hospitals without prior approval. Within 3 nautical miles of stadiums and sporting events involving NCAA, Major League Baseball, the National Football League, or any NASCAR event. Private property without prior permission, and recreational flyers are prohibited from flying over people, moving vehicles, or at night. Additionally, many states have adopted their own drone laws or established no-fly zones. The state of Louisiana, for example, bans flights over public and private schools, state or local jails, prisons, or correctional facilities, targeted surveillance of facilities or individuals without written consent, parade routes, protests or other public gatherings, and events unless explicitly authorized to film. In addition, in Louisiana, law enforcement is authorized to intercept, neutralize, or disable drones deemed nefarious or dangerous via jamming, hacking, nets, or other methods. Now that we've gone over the rules, here's a few tips for safe flying. Choose a safe place to fly. Your first flight should be in a wide open space, away from trees, buildings, power lines, and people. Use apps like Before You Fly, Aloft, or AirMap to check airspace restrictions. Avoid flying near airports, military bases, or national parks. And don't fly over private property without permission. Perform a pre-flight inspection. Before taking off, inspect propellers for damage or cracks. Ensure firmware on both your drone and controller are updated. Confirm batteries are fully charged. Confirm SD cards are inserted and formatted. Confirm GPS signal and compass calibration. Assure the takeoff area is clear. And set your return to home RTH point. Understand your controller. Spend time learning your transmitter or controller. Practice with takeoff and landing controls. Learn how to hover, yaw, pitch, and roll. Understand how to initiate emergency procedures and landings. Start slow. Don't try fancy maneuvers until you're comfortable with the basics. Fly smart, fly safe. Remember to always check the weather. Avoid high winds and rain. Keep your eyes on your drone at all times. That's called visual line of sight and is a requirement. Respect other people's privacy and personal space. If you get into trouble, let go of the toggle controls and let your drone hover in place. If you feel unsure or uncomfortable, land your drone immediately. Congratulations! With this checklist, you can take your first drone flight safely, legally, and confidently. Want to fly your drone commercially? The FAA defines commercial drone use as any drone operation that involves using a drone to conduct business or make money, meaning it's not just for recreation or personal enjoyment. This includes activities where you receive compensation or use the drone to benefit any business. To fly commercially, you need to be a certified remote pilot under Part 107 and register your drone, regardless of weight. If you're thinking of flying commercially or want to elevate your skills, I would encourage you to enroll on our Part 107 Remote Pilot Prep course. In this course, you will learn everything you need to pass the FAA Part 107 exam. You'll get real-world guidance from industry experts. You'll access practice exams, study materials, and insider tips. And you'll pass on your first attempt or we pay the exam fee. I encourage you to check out our website at www.innovative-drone-institute.com. Good luck on your first drone flight. I hope you'll find it fun and exciting. Drones can open up a whole new world and even a new career. We hope you'll consider taking our Part 107 remote pilot prep course. Even if you only fly recreationally, we'll still be able to provide you with the knowledge and skills necessary to fly safely, legally, and confidently. So on behalf of all of us at Innovative Drone Institute, thanks for watching and safe flying.